Hello everyone, this is another tutorial for mapping in Ark Survival Ascended. This tutorial is on Foliage. Now to get Foliage, I'm first going to create a new folder in the Environment folder and call it Foliage. Inside Foliage, I will create 3 folders called Resources and Trees and Vegetation. Within Resources, I am going to create a folder called Rocks, and then Metal, and then Trees. I'm not going to put any folders actually. Vegetation, I'll put underwater. Create as many folders as you want within these and name them accordingly to keep it organized. So now what I'm going to do is go to the content folder, then go here and find this filter and then enable the static mesh foliage. So I have it already here, so I'm just going to click it and it will pop up every single foliage in the game. So first what I'm going to do is instead make it more organized and pick the exact ones I want from the exact type. So I'll go to Primal Earth, then I'll go to the Environment folder, and then I'll go to Beach, and then the filter, and these are some of the stuff right here. So I'll take these, copy them into the Trees folder. I'll take these, copy them into the Vegetation folder. I'm then going to go out and go to the Jungle, go to Vegetation, and then go here and I'll see everything here. I'm going to take this, 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 and this. Then I'll also take this, this, and this, and this. I'll then copy these into Vegetation. I'll then copy Trees. Copying all these allows you to change the settings in them without messing up your devkit files or the game files. To keep it safer, I copy these into Trees. I'm also going to copy this into Vegetation because I forgot to grab it. Now I'm just going to search redwoods and then apply the filter out in content folder. Now I have these. So what I'm going to do is find these, then this, this, and this, and then that. And I'll copy them into the Vegetation folder. I'll then take the redwood tree, redwood fallen, redwood sapling, then the bigger trunk redwood tree and the other fallen redwood tree, copy them into the resources section. I'll then search rock, and now I'm going to find the rocks that I'll use for this, which will be the medium rocks. Yeah, these ones. I'm then going to get small rocks too once I find them right here. Then I'll get ultimate rocks. By selecting the ones I'm going to use and just copying them to the folder. That seems good, so I'm going to copy these into the rocks folder. I'm now going to search metal. I'll take that one and that one. Copy these into metal. Not move. Don't do what I did. If you want to copy, I'm just going to have to verify my devkit files to get those back. So for now, I'm just going to move these to the content folder. And then I'm going to verify my devkit files afterwards to fix them, since I did the wrong thing. You want to press copy, not move. Now obsidian. So by getting these, I'm going to put them in there for now. And then crystal. This is basically what you do. I'm just doing a basic overview of this. So now what you want to do is, I didn't save, so I'll just put these back into a folder. What you want to do is go to gameplay, create a folder, call it Foliage. With that, you'll go to your Foliage tool right there, and you'll drop Foliage in. So what I'm going to do is take the rocks, put them in there, and highlight them all, and then I'll be doing painting. But first I will be using the main map far data layer by double clicking it, so I can paint with this. It will then allow me to paint like this and be fine. Paint density controls different stuff, so if I do that, it'll be like that. Do this, it'll be a bit more like this. You always want to keep more natural with a lower amount, so you just mess around with these and you should be fine. So just paint rocks everywhere is what I do. Doing so will add rocks to your map, and these ones are harvestable when they're in the foliage form. So now there are rocks on the map. I will save and unselect them. I'm then going to get metal, select metal, and then paint them throughout the snow biome, since this is where I'm going to put them. Now it's better to separate rich metal and normal metal. Normal metal gives less metal, rich metal gives more metal. I'm just going to combine these together. Now if you don't want to paint, you can click single, and it will instead allow you just click them like this. It'll place two at once. It'll place all the same ones that you have at once. So anything selected, it'll place every selected thing. So it's best to only have one selected in the foliage tool to allow that. We'll place some metal there and some metal here. Same with here. Bit there, 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 and there. So now I'm going to save again. I'm now going to take obsidian, bring them in here, and now I'm going to select them all and paint. So I'll be painting them here, since it's more common to find them in mountainous areas, and these are the mountainous areas on this map. Now those are painted. you want to place more than an actual map. This is just a tutorial map. I'm going to take the crystal now, and when I paint, you'll see that it paints a bit much. Actually, not this one. This one's in the setting that I have. So I'll paint them throughout here. So what I'm doing now is populating the map with the resources. After that, I'm going to save. And now I'm going to go into the trees section. Actually, no. First, vegetation. And then I'm going to delete that one since that's a duplicate. Same with this, and there. So I'm going to take these, along with the banana plant, and bamboo, bring them in here. Take these. Now I'm going to paint along the beaches. Now this isn't a lot, so I'm going to increase the density to this. Still not a lot, so I'm going to do this. This is better. In an actual map, you want to have more detail put in to how you're painting. This is just an example of how to paint foliage. Yeah, in actual maps, put more thought into the foliage placements and the resource placements, because actual maps are meant to be played on, not just a showcase. I mean, they can be a showcase, but it's preferred by most Ark players to have them playable. So now I'm gonna finish up painting with this part, then I'll add more detail to the other stuff for this. So now I'm going to save, uncheck all these. I'm now going to take the jungle plants, including bamboo and that, the banana plant. These ones I'll remove since these are actually just clutter. Now I'll paint this throughout the jungle. There's more stuff throughout, but I'm just going to paint to the grasslands with some jungle stuff. But there's actual grasslands, plants and resources, and trees in the kit. I'm just doing this to show it. Now I'm going to unselect these. And now I'm going to add the redwoods plants, which will be painted in the redwoods. So now as I'm doing this, the redwoods is starting to look bit more like the redwoods. I forgot to add that. So I'm just gonna paint this one bush throughout the thing. So now I'm gonna do trees. So I'll start with the redwoods since I'm in the redwoods. I'll add these. Within the redwoods trees settings, you can change its rotation stuff with the max. I'll set this to like 30 instead, at 45 to make them more straight. so that they're not more, so that they're not as tilted. I'll save all. Now paint. That looks like a bit much, so I'm gonna remove these first. Yeah, definitely decrease this down to that, and see, that looks a bit better. Still a bit dense, but you get the gist of it. So once I've finished painting those, I'm gonna switch over to the trunks and scatter them throughout. I'll uncheck these. Now I'm gonna get some canopy trees for the snow biome. Like this. And I'll copy these into the trees folder. Now I'll also go to the scorched earth folder to get specifically scorched earth plants and resources from there. So I'll go to environment, then the static mesh foliage. I'll get some cactus. Bring these to the trees section, and these to the vegetation. I recommend getting more variety if you're doing this. I'm just doing this fast. So now under this, I'll save again. Now under foliage, I'll get the trees from the desert, put these in. Get these. There's also rocks from scorched earth that give sand. I just didn't grab them. As you can see, the desert's starting to look like this. Bit more like a desert. So once I get rid of these ones that are selected, I'm gonna switch to these. I had this selected still. Oh well. Now I'm gonna paint these on. So now this is what the desert looks like. And now I'm gonna get the jungle painted with the trees. And same with the beach. So I'm gonna grab the beach trees first. Then I'm gonna paint along here. You can also change the brush size to how big of a paintbrush you want to paint in a greater or lesser size or area, I should say. So now, once I have this done, I'm gonna switch over to the rest of the trees for jungle. Oh, I forgot these ones for the beach, so I'll just add these. I'll keep them selected and I'll reselect these trees since I'm gonna be using the jungle, since I forgot to grab those. Add these. And then once that happens, I'm gonna paint. This one has a copy. Okay, so now that I have all these selected, what I'm gonna do is paint. It's recommended to keep some variety in the density, or some areas are just more patches, others are more dense, others have open areas. This area is still grassland, so I'll just do little patches like that. So now in this, I'm just gonna select all, uncheck, check, and then uncheck. So now it's all unchecked, and I'm gonna take the canopy trees. Now you'll notice canopy trees already have snow on them, which you don't want, but I am gonna put them a bit higher here so it's able to be seen how it changes once I show the fix. So what I'm doing right here is painting the snow biome to look like a snow biome for one. But what I'm going to show you next is going to fix the snow problem caused by Extinction's release. So now all those are saved. What you're going to do is unselect all those, get out of the foliage mode, and now what I'm going to do is go to the landscape mode, go to manage, import, now export single file. I'm going to select the snow. I'm going to put this here and type whatever I want to call it, so I'll call it snow mask. Export. Now within the landscape, I'm going to import it. So now I'm going to go to the parameters, create a new one, and call it landscape snow mask. Add that to it, and now these are like this. It removes the snow from the areas that don't have snow on the landscape. This area will still have snow everywhere because of these, but now most things shouldn't have any snow at all. So now I'm going to save. Save all. I'm going to get out of the main map far data layer. I'm going to take all these and drag them into the foliage folder. Also, if you want, you can go to the rocks, you can open them, you can change the materials and the overrides, which are nowhere to be found. There. Override materials, you can just put your rock material there, and we'll change it to your rock material. I don't know where these went. You can do that with all these if you want to. But I'm just going to save them at that. I'm now going to check this. This isn't set up, so I'm going to go to the Scorched Earth section right here in the mod folders, the maps, Scorched Earth. I'm going to take these and put them in the map folder, the main one. So now what I'm going to do is find the one that's in here, tutorial map layer instanced. I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to delete these. And then I'm going to rename these to tutorial map. And doing this will cause the HLDs to render the entire map properly without having constant cutting in and out of stuff, along with lag spikes. You can also disable HLDs in the settings of the game. Once you open these up, I'll check these. This one doesn't have to be changed. I'll check here. This one, I'm going to change this to tutorial. This is instanced far, so I'm going to put this to the instanced far. This one, it doesn't have a thing, so I'm going to do that, and now that's fine. So now what you want to do is go to build, and then build HLDs. You want to do this with meshes that you place after you place them and before uploading to CurseForge. Same with Foliage. This will allow them to always render from a distance and make the map look more realistic and also look better. It will take a while the first time you're doing it, but it gets faster over time. But every verification you do to the dev kit, same with every update you do to the dev kit, and once you first install it, it will take a while again. But the first time you do it on a map, it's always going to be fastest. I mean, not the fastest, the slowest. Same with updates and all that. But once it's done on that same map, if you haven't updated or verified your files, or installed the dev kit again, it's going to take faster times rather than slow times. Now that the HLDs have finished building, it will show this error, but that's fine. It doesn't really affect anything. The map would have reloaded, so now if you right-click Make All Data Layers Visible, it'll be like that. But as you can see here, it's more like this, which looks a bit confusing. So right now, this is what the map looks like. I'm gonna do this, unload all, and reload in the world partition window. So I'm gonna load all, and it will have everything here. Now this is what the map's like. If you press play, you'll be able to test, so I'm gonna show that right now, after doing this command to get the dev kit to perform a bit better and look better. I'll enable fog and clouds again, too, to make it look nicer in there. As you can see, the map's like this now. And if I go here, I can harvest this, and this, and this. I can fly around in here, and go over to the desert, and it will look like this. Same with the, what's it called? The redwoods. So you'll see that redwoods looks pretty much like a redwoods. It has these two. Grasslands doesn't really look like grasslands, but that's because I didn't make it look like grasslands. And then the snow biome doesn't really look like that much of a snow biome, but it's still a snow biome. Got the harvestable rocks here. I can check by going to this menu with Shift and the period button on the keyboard. This only works in the dev kit. And I can take these. I have a lag spike because of opening the inventory in the dev kit. Same with doing anything in the dev kit. And yeah, that's how you do foliage on the dev kit. And I'll see you in the next tutorial on biome zones and what else? I guess just biome zones. Yeah, to make different temperatures and battle music in different areas. And also give them a name so they're not all wilderness at 22 degrees Celsius. And same with this area, it's 22 degrees in this area. Hope this helped, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.